Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello guys, come back with me Deviani Solikha. This time, I will explain how to configure MAC address filtering. This MAC address filtering configuration used to feature available in proxy, such as default authentication and default forward. Before doing this configuration, you must first configure wireless. Okay, open the Winbox. Connect. The first, do configuration default authentication. Default authentication serves to provide authentication by default, so all devices can be connected. Now, if we remove it, the authentication is no longer by default, but third MAC address authentication, which we will register later. The first step is to make sure that the WLAN 1 interface has been configured by checking with the command interface wireless print. Enter. And it can be seen that the status is running. Next, check the registration table to see the MAC address of the client that is connected to the access point by using the command interface wireless registration table print. Okay, enter. And it can be seen that there are two clients connected to the access point, which is the MAC address of the laptop, which is the MAC address of the handphone. After that, add the MAC address to the destination access list to limit client who can only connect to the access point. Here, I will add the mobile MAC address by using the command interface wireless access list add MAC address AC AA CE 21 85 48. Okay, enter. Check with the command interface wireless access list print. Okay, enter. And you can see here that the access list configuration has been added successful. Then, configure the default authentication on the WLAN 1 interface by using the command interface wireless set WLAN 1 default authentication no. Okay, enter. Check with the command interface wireless print. And you can see here that the default authentication has been successfully disabled. Next, check the registration table with the command interface wireless registration table print. Enter. And it can be seen here that only the MAC address that is registered in the access list can be connected to the access point. To be more sure, I will try to connect my laptop to the access point. SMK TKJ connect. And And it can be seen here that the laptop cannot connect to the access point. And next, do configuration default forward. Okay, before configuration default forward, do activate default authentication with the command interface wireless set WLAN1 default authentication. Yes, enter. Check with the command interface wireless print. And you can see here that the default authentication has been successfully enabled. Okay, next, do configuration default forward. Default forward is a mode that is used to forward traffic from a client to another client. If this mode is deactivated, then between client can no longer forward traffic, but between client to the router can still forward traffic. The first step is to make sure that the WLAN1 interface has been configured by checking the command interface wireless print. Enter. And you can see here that the status is running. Connect to access point. Okay, next, check the registration table to see the MAC address of the client that is connected to the access point by using the command interface wireless registration table print. Enter. And which is MAC address handphone and which is the MAC address of the laptop. Next, check the list of DHCP server to find out what IP the client gets. By using the command interface, with the command IP, DHCP server list print. Okay, enter. And you can see here that the IP address of the laptop, we get 9.9.9.254, and to handphone with the IP 9.9.9.253. After that, ping between client with CMD. Here, I will ping the mobile IP address with the command ping 9.9.9.253. Okay, 253. Enter. And you can see here that the result is a replay, which means that the client can still forward traffic to other client. Okay. Next, configure the default forwarding on the WLAN1 interface by using the command interface wireless set WLAN1 default forwarding no. Enter. Then check with the command interface wireless print. Enter. And you can see here that the default forwarding has been successfully disabled. After deactivate the default forward, do a ping test between client, namely from the laptop client to the mobile client, with the command ping 9.9.9.253. Enter. And it can be seen that if the results are like this, it has been successful, and that means that between client is no longer able to forward traffic to other client. Okay, next, do a ping test to the router with the command ping 9.9.9.1. Enter. And you can see here that the result is a replay, which means that the client to the router can still be connected. Then, ping the IP laptop with the command ping 9.9.9.254. Enter. And IP mobile with the command ping 9.9.9.253. Enter. And it can be seen here that the result is a replay, which means that the router is still connected to all clients. Okay, that's all from me. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.